Hello, everybody. I just wanted to give a quick look at the Roll Saga baseball that I went ahead and purchased and have been having fun playing around with it. Had it for a few days, and I am really enjoying the components. The nice pitcher cards are that shows the repertoire of pitches that pitchers can have in their repertoire. You can see those along the bottom of the screen. It comes with all the little cards that go on the stands. They're not very big, but wasn't expecting them to be too big, and um, they're not too hard to read, and they fit in the stands, and they fit the bill, and they do what they need to do. Um, the mat you can see there is kind of like a mouse pad material, kind of heavy, lays flat, really nice, well done. The game is really in depth, has different levels and modes of play. I have been having my nose in the rule book for the master level game, so it's the pitch by pitch mode. So there's so much to learn. I don't even claim to know it all yet, but I know enough to kind of get going, and I have been looking at it for a couple days now, so I'm getting pretty close to knowing at least more than the basics. But the die you see there, the green and white, are the ones I substituted. I wanted to use 12 millimeter dies. It comes with all the dice that are 16 millimeter, black and white, and green and white, I think. There's a pitch control dice there in the middle that you can see that comes with it. And let's see, the pitch repertoire cards along the bottom. They're like a deck of cards. Very nice, well done. I got the 2015 set, all the season cards for that. There you're looking at some of the Cubs over in the dugout on the right. You can see Howie Kendrick's on first base in this game. He's gotten a single. So you can see some of Jake Arrieta's pitcher repertoire cards there along the bottom. He actually has 5 pitches. You can see that he has the fastball, changeup, and that one is a sinker and a slider, and then off to the right that you can't see is a curveball. There's Jake Arrieta's pitches and the Jake Arrieta card. You can see he has a pitcher rating of +4. He can throw 110 pitches before he starts losing points off his pitch control number. These are his repertoire of pitches, which are represented by these cards. And then he has special skills in this area. And then at the bottom of each card is a simulation level play that's used not in the pitch by pitch control that I'm using right here, but this is the simulation level numbers that you would use. And again, that's Jake Arrieta's card and his pitch cards, pitch repertoire cards. This is Clayton Kershaw and his card. You can see he has the fastball, slider, curve, and changeup represented by these cards. So basically, you put the card face down in face-to-face play, and that's where this game really shines, is in face-to-face play. So you would put a little token to show where you want the ball to start. You can put it anywhere you want on the grid, and that's what the batter sees. And if you get your pitch control number roll of 10, which is a 2d6 roll, and then you add in the pitcher control number of +4 for Clayton Kershaw. If you get a 10 or better, then you meet your the number that you need to meet, and you pitch is successful. So if he was to say put the ball token here, and he was to get a 10 or more on this changeup, it's the ball for a lefty like Clayton is going to go down 1 and 1 to the right. That's what this represents. Wherever you put the ball where you intend to throw it, it will go down 1 and 1 to the right for a lefty. Now the batter does not get to see or read that if you roll an 11, 12, or 13 with the 2d6 roll and the pitcher control number added. If you roll a 10 exactly, you still get your pitch, but you have to turn it over and let the batter read it and then decide if he wants to swing at it after he sees if it falls in as a strike or a ball. I'll try to show you that in a minute. So it's really, really good two-player game, I think. It's very in-depth, though, and there's lots to learn. So again, here's the pitcher repertoire cards. They're like a playing deck of cards, regular playing deck. This is the pitcher control die. So when you don't meet your pitch control number of 10, then you need to roll this because you didn't have control on that pitch, and this will dictate where the ball falls from your intended position on the grid. So it might send the ball down one, it might keep it in the same spot, it might send it to the right one. So in the back here is a quick reference card, which comes in handy. If you roll snake eyes or 66 for the pitcher, batter, team fielding for the fielder, or throwing, you can reference that stuff right here. This is your hit types: grounder, hot grounder, line drive, high line drive, fly ball, and fly ball plus 50, and some other things on there. Nice look at the mat there with all the different sectors and the numbers that represent the sectors. And again, there's a close-up of the Cubs. These are the cards for the Orioles, the rest of the Cubbies team, and back here are the Kansas City Royals. Over here are the Dodgers. And you can see on a card that shows that Dexter's a switch hitter, center fielder, bats right. His batter rating is +4, so when he rolls his 2d6 against the pitcher, when this pitcher does not make his roll of 10 or more, I can swing at it if I decide to. If it's in the strike zone, I will roll 2d6 and add my batter rating of +4. And then if I beat the pitcher's roll, then we'll roll for the sector that it went down and what type of hit it was. His glove is +4, his arm is +5. He has a running of +15, which is pretty good. And all the skills are down here. There's all kinds of skills that the players can have. So, like I said, it can be pretty in-depth, but it's easy to learn after you get used to it. Great for two-player play. This is the core rulebook. The starter set does not come with this one. I wanted to play the master level pitch by pitch with the pitch repertoire cards. So I ordered the core book extra. It's like 15 or 20 bucks. It's very nice, in-depth, nice index in the back, nice table of contents, very well organized, very well written and illustrated. Nice quality. A lot to learn, a lot to read in there though. So I wanted to play the pitch by pitch master level. So there's the book, and just showing kind of what you're in for. And like I said, it's very in depth, and it'll keep you occupied for a while. So, like I said, it's a great face-to-face game, but I wanted to kind of automate it so I can kind of see what it works like in solitaire when I'm not playing face-to-face. So I built an electronic scoreboard, imagine that, to simulate some of the gameplay of a game engine so that I can kind of do it solitaire. So instead of the black and white die rolling on the mat, I have a red and white die for the pitcher roll, and then I have a blue and white die that'll come up over here for the batter roll. Right now we're in the top of the second. The Cubs are up 1-0. Anthony Rizzo hit a home run in the first inning. So right now Jake Arrieta is facing Jake Arrieta's card here, facing Yasmani Grandal, and there's no pitches thrown. He's just now got up. Jake Arrieta, there's 2 outs in the top of the second. Jake Arrieta has rolled an 11. He gets to add to that his pitcher rating of 4, so it's really a 15. All he needed was a 10 or more to meet his pitch, and his pitch on this particular pitch is a changeup, which goes down because he met his minimum of 10 or more. He met his pitch. His pitch is successful, and a changeup goes down one sector and one to the right. So it's a strike down the middle. Now I had to automate whether the batter was going to swing at it. He has to decide if he's going to swing at it without seeing that movement. He only got to see that the ball was going to start right there. He didn't get to see that the changeup is going to actually take it down here because the card is face down that the pitcher places. So I use a decider die, and it says because there's a dot that he is going to swing at it. So I'll move the ball down for the changeup, down 1 and over 1, and he's going to swing at it. And that's predetermined before you flip the card over, if you meet your pitch control number of 10 or more. The batter does not get to see the pitch before he has to decide if he's going to swing, where it's going to end up, that is. So he'll swing at this one. and he gets a roll of 7, and you add his batting rating number of 4, it gives him an 11, but that is nowhere near beating Jake Arrieta's roll of 11 and 4, 15. So that is a strike. That's strike 1 on Yes Mommy. Next pitch. It's a 9 plus Jake Arrieta's 4, that's 13. So again, this pitch card is face down, and he must decide if he's going to swing at the pitch without seeing where the ball is going to end up from the pitch card. All he sees right now is that it's right here. The decider's die says he's not going to swing at it. So it's a changeup again. It's going down and out, and it's for a ball. And he's not swinging at it. It's out of the strike zone. That's a ball. It's now 1-1. Next pitch. Again, this is just automating what the game engine does on the play mat to kind of demonstrate how this game works, and it helps me to play it solo. So there's a roll 4 plus his 4, that's an 8. He did not meet the minimum pitcher control number. So we use the black pitcher control die to decide where this ball is going to end up in the grid. That is done on my scoreboard by this roll right here. This roll right here that just moved the ball into the screen, into the grid as a strike. So the batter will now decide, after that pitch control die has moved the ball here, he can now tell if it's going to be a ball or a strike. In this case, it's going to be a strike. He can now decide if he wants to swing or not. And since it's a low roll, pretty much, a 4 plus the 4, which is an 8, he's going to swing. His roll is an 8 plus his 4, that's 12, well above what he needed to beat the pitcher roll. So it's a base hit. It's going to go to sector 55, 150 feet, plus his power rating, which is 30, so it's 180 feet. Plus, it's a fly ball. The hit type is a fly ball plus 50, so that's 230 total feet. And so it'll go down sector 55, and let's see where that ball is going to end up, and I can automate that as well. He's going to be batting left-handed against Jake. So the ball is going to the second baseman because it was at the 150 feet mark, but it will go to right fielder in this case because it's a 55 right fielder. So Jorge Soler has a chance to make a play on a fly ball at the 230 mark, and he needs to roll a 2d6 plus his glove rating that makes 7 or better. So I will roll the handy dice. There we go. It's a 9, and he only needed a 7, but you get to add his glove rating of 5 to the roll. So he clearly made the play. That's kind of a routine fly ball out there to right field. Okay, so that puts Clayton Kershaw on the mound, and let's see what he does against Jorge Soler. He rolls a 6 plus his 4, that's a 10. But he has to show the pitch card. He has to turn it over. His pitch was successful, but when you meet exactly a 10, you have to turn your card over. This particular pitch is the curveball from Clayton, which goes down 1, 2, 3, and then over 1, which just went underneath the decider die. But it's clearly a ball. And because it was a 10 exactly, the batter got to see that, and because he sees it's a ball, he'll take it as ball 1. Next pitch is a 7 plus Clayton's 4, that's an 11. So again, he is throwing on this particular pitch a slider, and that ball will go down 1, 2, and break there. But because it's an 11, the batter does not know that. But the decider die there in the middle is a dot, and that's just automated, so I can decide if the batter is going to swing or not. So he's swinging, and he's rolled a 10, and he gets to add his batter rating of 4, which is 14, which beats the pitcher's control dice roll. So let's see where this ball goes. It's going up sector 43, 250 feet, plus his power rating of 20, so it's 270 feet. It's a grounder, though. Let's see if an infielder